Hello everyone, I'm Christy Knoll, and ironically, yet another video is done in the car, but that's when I have the time sometimes. I am a romance slash paranormal romance writer, and it's been a while since I made a video. I sort of want to update you a little bit on what's going on. There's quite a bit. I have a 7th book potentially coming out. It's being queried right now. I'm waiting for news on that, so that's great. It is a Christmas romance novel set in the Smokies. I am currently working on Only His. I'm rewriting it. To be fair, there was only about 15 chapters done anyway because it was created for Amazon Vella, and that, we all know, kind of crashed. So it needs a lot of work. Sometimes I've been sitting here going, I wrote that? Which I think every author or person on this planet probably looks back sometimes at creatively and been like, maybe not. So I'm rewriting that, and I'm already on the 6th or 7th chapter of rewriting it. I started last week. I was kind of quicker on the schedule for my edits, which I was supposed to be working on the Christmas novel. It's being queried, but I edited it. I edited the book early. I got done with that one early, so I switched gears to Only His. Now, I have a oh my gosh, blank menopause moment. I have a newsletter coming out tomorrow, the August newsletter. It's been the first one in a while, almost a year, unfortunately. And there is a whole list of books and like book news and things in it for anybody interested. If you would like to join my newsletter, you can go visit my website and sign up there. You'll get all the news. Maybe not, it might be a break, but you'll get all the news. One of the biggest pieces of news is that I'm doing my first event here in Ohio. It's kind of weird. It is in October 17th and 18th, and it is actually Marvels, Mystics, and Oddities. It's because I have the paranormal romance books, and that's pretty odd in my opinion. I have no clue if I'm gonna do any selling, but I had to restart my booth stuff because when we left Tennessee, I got rid of everything. I also have been working on 2 new stories that have popped up. One of them is supposed to be a novella, but it might not be a novella when it's done. And the second one is supposed to be a novel. The second one is a small town romance. The first one is supposed to be a spicy romance slash novella that I wanted to offer as a free story. Some other news that I have going on for this year is that I am working on still book 2 of the O'Connors. And it's, if you're new here, hi, first. Secondly, it's about the older brother Liam, and I'm probably about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way through. It's kind of got intense. I'm in the second act into the third act, and yeah, yeah, that's the act that I needed to tie everything up. Um, it's a little bit of a difficult drag, if I'm being honest, and that's okay. That's okay. To be fair, I don't like any of these angles, so this is what it's gonna be. I don't know. Like, I can't remember right off the top of my head what all of the list is for the book news in my newsletter. What I know 100% is that I'm working on rewriting Only His. Right now I have already added probably 7K words to it and turning it from an Amazon Vella chapter, like 1,000 word short chapters, into actual novel length chapters. And that's great. I'm working on book 4 when that pops into my head of the Running Rampant series. It's got an interesting theme. I'm still working on Witchy Ways, which is great. I need to actually jump back into it because I'm trying to have book 1 done by the end of the year. Not sure if that's gonna work out, but I'm gonna try, because I think I want to release it next year. And yeah, lots and lots of stuff happening. Because my first book event here in Ohio is coming up in about, what, 2.5 months? 2.5 months. I'm trying to get everything done. I'm kind of the prepare in advance kind of girly. I don't like not having everything like labeled and with barcodes that can be scanned and things like that. And I'm not just going to offer my books. What my plan is to have some products and merch that connect to what I've written. For instance, Only His. I'm going to give you a little hint, or a little spoiler that's not really a major spoiler. There is a kitty cat in Only His named Cheddar, and he's orange, and I wanted to maybe offer some little crocheted cheddars or something like that. There is also a black cat familiar in Witchy Ways that is going to also make an appearance on my table at some point. So yeah, I'm moving forward with that. And speaking of signing / appearances, I am going to start planning some other ones. I've been looking at one around the November / December time. That's not just a book event. It is like a crafters / author fair. That one has a lot of traffic, and I actually need to make a decision relatively soon, so I can order books for it. And I'm also looking, I've already sent in the interest form for Bray next year. That's exciting. I've looked at a few others. I think some, like a Romanticon in Connecticut, is already full up for 2027 because they already released all their lineup, or they are releasing their lineup right now. I don't know if they're gonna have space. I might try, but I think the next year I'm gonna really just focus on things here in Ohio. I can't remember where I was at. My phone closed. It got too hot. I think I was talking about book the Running Rampant series, how it is all standalone books, but in book 1 you go from
Now we gotta go help people customize and save hundreds of Liberty Mutual.
okay. Okay. My video got cut off due to somebody using a microphone with a radio. Anyway, the Running Rampant series is technically a standalone series, or a series of standalone books that just the events kind of carry on. Play this again. They started playing country music. The Running Rampant series is 3 standalone books. It is the book 1 follows Kate and Sophia, and the events of book 1 kind of lead into book 2. Book 2 follows Gwen and Lucas, and the events and people who are introduced in book 2. People who are introduced in book 2 actually show up and are part of book 3, which is Kirian and Michelle. Kirian is the one who is introduced in book 2, and those events all kind of lead into a situation that's hinted at and taken care of in witchy ways. I sort of wanted the books to be like to lead into each other a little bit, but not be, how do I say this? It's the same universe, essentially. The characters are all paranormal. They're all a mix of paranormal and human, and they all have their own storylines. There is one person that shows up in Running Rampant that has an alternative reason for being there and an ulterior motive, so to speak, that leads into witchy ways, which is very interesting. I've already written the scene, and it has an intense ending, but you have to read it. It's great, in my opinion. So each of those books have events that lead into the next one, but they're not an actual series following the same people. Witchy Ways is going to be an introduction to 4 different witches. So each book is kind of them coming together. By book 2 or 3, they're going to all be in the story, with the 4th one being the actual conclusion to the series. The 4 witches, which I'm not going to give too much away, but the 4 witches actually take on a coven of 5 witches that are more ancient than them, and it goes crazy bananas, honestly. I'm hoping I can do it justice, and there is going to be romance throughout this series, so maybe it's romantasy instead of paranormal romance, because it's not really, or is it fantasy with romance? I'm not sure. I have no clue if I'm an Aquarium, or if I'm just gonna self-publish. I sort of like the control of that, but we'll find out. What else? Oh no. I am back home and shifted gears a little bit. I'm working at the computer. Ignore all of the crap stuff. This is my little corner. My feathers. This artist right here is Lance Smith. He's a Cherokee artist. He does amazing work. Um, right now, I'm updating my newsletter. It goes out tomorrow. I didn't include that I had a new book appearance, which I mentioned earlier. And I apologize if you hear my washing machine. It's one of it's one of those nights. I'm updating the newsletter that goes out tomorrow to include that and the information on if people want to join me. I had over 17 people joined my newsletter this week, which is great. And now I'm just working on this and editing a chapter / rewriting a chapter in only his. I wanted to look at my newsletter to make sure that I didn't forget anything when I mentioned it earlier. I don't think I mentioned that I have an Etsy shop. I do have an Etsy shop, and I have the ability to buy signed books on my website. And I will ship them directly to you. All you need to do is put them in the cart and buy them, and then they'll be shipped directly to you. I also have some TikToks that are going out. They're just shorts for books that I've already done and just kind of aesthetic stuff. So if you want to view that, you can actually sign up for my newsletter on my website, and all the links are there. They might be on the website. Here. Oh my gosh, the coloring went weird. Sorry about that. No, I will. I need to update that. Okay, I'm going to update my socials here on my website, and you can actually go to the About Me page and find the socials, which I'm gonna actually do right now. Yeah, I think that is all. Yeah, I actually told you about all the book news that I wanted to deal with. And so, yeah, I will talk to you in my next video. I'm not sure when that will be, but I'm hoping it will be sometime soon. And there will be here on YouTube some shorts. Oh, if you are watching this on YouTube, the shorts that you find here on YouTube are also on my TikTok. So you don't have to jump over there if you don't want to. But if you're on TikTok more, I wouldn't mind. There is one last thing. August is the month that I am celebrating in the Alaskan wild. It is not the month that it was published. I think that was April. I'm not sure. So August is the month that I'm celebrating into the Alaskan wild. On my blog there will be some posts like the book trailer, the locations of that are found inside the book, some character files, and kind of like who inspired Gwen and Lucas. And on the 29th, a discount code for signed copies on my website. So if you're wanting to get a discount code for Into the Alaskan Wild as a signed copy, just wait until the end of the month and you'll get it. There are also multiple social media posts going out for all of my books. And yeah, next month we're celebrating my newest book after the fall. That is book one of the O'Connor series. And yeah, that one will get some information as well. I think that's all. I think that's all as a catch up, and I will see you soon, I guess. Bye for now.